Hello, welcome to Ekidel, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is Fashe Ochet. Today, what we are trying to do is that I just received this particular small drawing on drainage. Is that okay? And the drainage, we don't need the what they call it. We don't need the drawing for it because architects have already told me the dimensions. So it's a small thing, and you know that drainage, when it comes to drainage, is what? It's a straight type that we want to design. Is that okay? So, and the dimension have been given. So all I can come to this place and just use my orthogonal, come to building set out, sorry, building modeling, under modeling, and come to my orthogonal axis generator to have my dimension done. Is that okay? So that is that. And another thing I want to show you is how to slant your drainage, your walls. Is that okay? Your drainage walls. How do you slant your drainage wall? Is part of the things that I want to do. Is that okay? We are going to do it together. Is that okay? That's fine. So for us to start, let's go straight to the point. Let's go straight to the point. I will come to this place and click on it, and come to this place and then click. Is that okay? That's fine. So now, and you know that when it comes to drainage, the length, you cannot put the entire length. Is that okay? In the software, is that okay? In the form of a section. So whatever thing we are able to get is what we are going to use for the entire drainage. Is that okay? So let's just use a 6 meters, for example. That's 6,000. Then this one I'll just make it 1. Is that okay? And then come to this place also. What is the width? Is that okay? So what is the width? The width is 1,200. Is that okay? And also this one here, I make it as what? As 1 also. Then I will now come to this place and click. Is that okay? Perfect. Good and fine. So this is it. Now once I have this one like this, so the next thing is, as I said, we are talking about a slant wall. This type of drainage is a type that is slanted. Is that okay? So how do you now slant your wall? Is that okay? That's what you want to, part of what we want to show you in this place. Now follow this video to the end. Is that okay? You are going to learn a lot. Is that okay? And at the same time, I want to say you should click on what? On like button. Click on the like button so that this video can go viral, because the more you like, the more YouTube make this video to go viral. Is that okay? So that is that. Now we are saying that this is the drainage, the wall is what? Is a slant wall. Is that okay? Now I come to this place. This is the bottom. Is that okay? This is the edge of the drainage. Is that okay? Inside. This is the inside into in. Is that okay? Then I'll come to this place, right click, then I'll come to offset, and difference between them. Is that okay? Because of the way the place is. Is that okay? So because of the way the place is, so the architect says it's 450. Is that okay? Sorry, F2. My F2, that's a minus 450. Is that okay? Then enter. That is that. And also on this other side too, I will also come to offset and come to this place, F2, and then that's a 450 and enter. Okay, that's fine. Now, having done this one like this, the next thing I'll pick my wall. Is that okay? I'll come to the one other modeling, come to my wall and pick my wall. Is that okay? I'll pick my wall. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. It has come. Now my thickness is that okay? Based on the architect, say 2 is 2 to 5. Is that okay? 2 to 5. Then if you have a 2 to 5 divided by 2, you are going to have a what? Or let me just make it 0. Let me make it 0 here so that it will lap at this. Let me see. From this point, let me see to this point. Is that okay? Let's wait for it. Okay, perfect. Okay, it is there. Is that okay? It's there. I'm making it 0. So it will start from this axis, because if I should say half, is that okay? If I put half of this is 112.5, it's going to extend out by 112.5. Is that okay? So, or let me do it for you to see so that you understand better. So I'll come to this place, 112.5, and also 112.5. Is that okay? I'll come to this place. If I click on it and come to this place, okay, can you see it now? It has extended from this axis by what? 112.5. So by the time I insert my slab is going to be here, not on the same this. Is that okay? And what I want, I want everything to be what? To be at the same space. Is that okay? So I'll come to this place now, 0 and then 0, then click on update, and let's see if it will update. Okay, it's not updating, so let me just undo it, delete it. Is that okay? And come back. Let me pick my wall. Is that okay? So I'll come to this place. It's a 2 to 5, 2 to 5. Is that okay? Come to this place, turn it to 0. Come to this place, turn it to 0. Is that okay? It's a live project. It's a live design. So let's do it together. Okay, come to this place, good and fine. Then also, sorry, double click. Okay, and also come to this place and also do it to this place, good and fine. Is that okay? Then escape. Now let's check our 3D and see what we have done so far. 3D. Is that okay? So let's see what we have done so far. In case this is your first time of watching Ekidel video, I want to say you should click on the subscribe button so that you can have access to our subsequent video that will be releasing. Is that okay? So that you can have access to any new video we are posting online. Is that okay? That is fine. So you can now see what we are having. You can now see the wall. The height of this wall now, the height of this wall is what? Is 3 meters. If you go to by default, so let me go to my building set out and come to this story. Let's edit the story, this one, and also come to edit story height. This story now at this point you can see it's 3. So based on what he told me, he said what, 1200. So we have to go by that. 1200 is that one? Okay, good. 1200, good and fine. I'll come to this place and click on what? On OK. Yes, is that okay? Can you see it has reduced 1200? That's fine. Then let me go back to my plan. Now on my plan now, I want to slant this wall, this shear wall. I want to slant it. So I'll click on it, double click on this one, let the property comes up. Then once it has come up, so under that general, I'll come to this place. Can you see? Can you see this symbol here? Then click on it, then come to this place and click. Then I'm now click on what? On update. Can you see it has come? Is that okay? Now why we use this one is because instead of using this place, are you getting me? Instead of using this place, it means that if I should put it here, this place will become the top. Because the most important thing is the top. If this is going to be the top, are you getting me? I have to be at the top, put it at the top, then and drag it to where the bottom is going to be. Because if I put it here, if I should put it here now, are you getting what I'm saying? If I should put it here and try to take it like this, is the bottom that will shift the other way around. Is that okay? So I'm going to show you what I'm trying to talk about. Is that okay? I'll click on this. That's double click, and then also click on come to this place, come to this, and also click on this, and then update. Can you see? So let's now see what we have done so far. Okay. Can you see what we are having now? Can you see? Can you see how it has been slanted? Is that okay? So let me now show you what I was trying to explain. Is that okay? Let me delete this one. Let me delete this one. Let me take this one now. Properties of this. Is that okay? So let me take the properties of this and come to this place and put it here. Is that okay? Good and fine. So now that I've put it here, let me now try to slant this one the other way around. Now it's going to go the other way around. Is that okay? If I should come here and click on this and update, can you see? So let's now go and see what we have done. Can you see? Can you see the pattern now? Can you see what you're having? So that is it. That you have to know what you are doing. Is that okay? So let me click on delete and let me redo it back. Okay, let me take the properties of this. All right, that's fine. I'll come to this place, click like this, bring it here, then come to this place. Is that okay? Come to this place and click on this and then update. Let's see, update. Okay, let me close it. Okay, double click on this to bring up the property. Okay, then click on this and then come to this place and click and then update. Okay, good and fine. So we are now have what is expected of us to get. Can you see now? Good and fine. So now let me go back to plan. Then I'll go to my story 0. Is that okay? Because that's where I want to insert my slab. Is that okay? So at story 0, I'll come to my what? Modeling. Then pick my slab. Is that okay? I'll pick my slab. I'll click on OK. Yes, because we have to do loading combination. Is that okay? So I'll click on this. Load generator. Once I click on load generator, it's okay. I'll just click on OK. Automatically, all the load combination will appear. Is that okay? All right. So that's that. Based on vertical loads. Is that okay? So that is that. Let's wait for it. All right, good and fine. Then I'll click on what? On OK. And once I click on OK, my slab property will now appear. Is that okay? So now, based on this, is that okay? According to what he said, it's 100. So it's not something that's why we don't need the AutoCAD drawing, because it's more thing. And depth, our slab thickness is okay. It's 100. Is okay. Then the loadings. Now these loadings, you know that the water is just passing. Is okay? The water is just passing, even though it's exact load, it's exact weight on the slab. But don't forget that this particular slab is also directly in contact with the soil. Is that okay? So and then what will make it not to wear out is what your grade of what of steel. Sorry, your grade of what of concrete. Is that okay? If it's a good grade of concrete to use, let's say you are using a ratio 1 ratio 1.5 ratio 2 or 1 ratio 2 ratio 4, whichever one. Is that okay? It's a good grade to go with. Is that okay? So now that's why even though the depth you make it 75, there's no problem. I mean, talking of this place. Is that okay? The most important thing is what is the grade. Is that okay? And after all, this particular one, I think it's going to be reinforced, something like that. So that is that. I come to this place. Let me just put something. Let's just say 1.4, 1.2. Let's just put then life load because of the water. Is that okay? The volume of the water, down one is already in contact. Assuming it's not in contact, it's a suspended floor. Then that's where we begin to calculate. Is that okay? We are now designing it based as if we are designing a swimming pool at the rooftop. Is that okay? Since this one is not at the swimming pool at the rooftop, so that is why we can just choose any value here. Is that okay? We can just choose any reasonable value here. It's still okay. It will still pass. Is that okay? because it's in contact with what? With the soil. Let me just choose any value. Any value I choose is still okay. If I like, I choose 1.5. It's still okay. Is that okay? It's still okay to still pass. Is that okay? There will be any form of deflection. Is that okay? Let me just use let's just use 2. Let's just use 2. It's okay. Let's just use 2. So I'll come to this place now and what? Insert. Is that okay? Once I've inserted it, so let me now click on close and then come to this place and then let's check our 3D. So can you see what we are having now? Can you see it? Can you see what we are having? Perfect. Can you see what we are having? Perfect design. So that is that perfect model, rather. We have not designed perfect one. So that is fine. Now, don't forget that this one, we only use it for shear wall. Okay, when we are having shear wall. But if you notice, this particular drainage is going to be in contact with the soil. Am I correct? It's going to be in contact with the soil. So since it's going to be in contact with the soil, I'm going to design in form of basement, because even basement is also in contact with the soil. So on that ground, I'm going to what do you call it? Double click on this, which is the property. To bring up the property, I'll come to under geometry. I'll come to this one default. From here, I'll choose what? Basement, and then update. Is that okay? So click on close, and also come to this place. Also double click on this to also choose a basement, which make the software to recognize that this particular wall is in contact with the soil. Is that okay? It's in contact with the soil. So that is that. Then click on this and update. It's okay. That's fine. Now, I haven't done this one like this. The next thing we are going to do, is to now load this particular slab. Don't forget, so this particular wall, don't forget that since it's along the road, the soil is going to be exerting pressure. As cars are moving around this place, or people are moving, is that okay? The soil, we are adding weight on the soil, which is now, soil is trying to find its way. And on coming to this other side is actually hitting this wall. Is that okay? It's adding pressure on this wall. Likewise, this other side. Is that okay? So that is fine. So we are going to load both sides. Is that okay? So I'll click on this, right click, and then come to edit load. Okay, and as I said, the kind of pressure that is acting on this wall is what we call active earth pressure, not passive. Is that okay? That is fine. So let's wait for it to see what we have. Okay, it's coming up. Good and fine. Can you see it now? Can you see it? So where the soil is exerting pressure is on this side, not on this side. Is that okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'll come to this place, soil load. I'll click on soil load and then put my hand here, my cursor here. Something will appear. Okay, no, not on this side. I want it on this side. I'm coming. No, I want it on this side, not on that side. Let me click on close. Is that okay? Let me go back again. Click on this, right click, and also click on edit load. Okay, let me see. No, I want it on this side. Why is it not showing? It's supposed to be on this side, because the pressure is acting on this side, not on this direction. Is that okay? So let's see. I'm coming. Let me come to this place. Then I will now copy. Then right click and come to this place. Okay, along this place. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll click on soil load. Let's see what happened. Okay, correct. This one is okay now. So I click on it. Is that okay? I'll click on it. So let's wait for it to come up. Okay, that's fine. Now, when it's under geometry, is that okay? Under geometry, as I said, is active. Load side is what is active. Is that okay? It's active, not what? Not passive. So that is that. Now you can see wall height is what? 1,200. Is that okay? So now this one, load time, long time, it's not short time. Is that okay? As long as that road is going to exist, this particular drainage will also exist. So it's going to be long time. Is that okay? So that is that. Now under settings, I don't need anything here. The code I'm using is what? Euro code. That's why it has already picked it. So and then spectral type is what? Is 2, not 1. Is that okay? Now this place, why it's not highlighted is because where they want to execute this, there's no earthquake in that place. Assuming there's earthquake, then I will have made this place active. Understand? I will have made this place active for me to be able to enter the parameter, all these parameters here. Is that okay? All these ones here, I'll be able to enter it. Is that okay? But since the place is not an earthquake area, so I don't need to. I have no business with this one. Is that okay? The most important thing is my code and my special type, which is 2. It has been picked. Is that okay? I will now come to this place, click on soil profile. Now, at this point here, what type of soil is acting on this particular wall? Is that okay? Is it sand? Is it rock? If it's rock, good and fine. If it's combination of two, good and fine. And if it's the rock that's at the top and the sand is down, so you do the same thing. But in this case, it's soil. Is that okay? It is soil. So now I'll come to this place and click on this, make this rock active, and come to what? Remove layer. Click on it. So you can see we have sand. Is that okay? We have sand. Now, as it is, if you leave it like this, it then means that this our drainage is partially submerged. Which means when it's partially submerged, that means the soil did not cover all through the entire height of the what? Of the wall. Is that okay? So this is partially submerged, but I want to make it fully submerged. And what's our height? Is what? 1200. Is that okay? I'll click here. Can you see now? This is fully submerged. That means the entire wall, drainage wall, is what? Is covered with what? With soil. That's the side. Is that okay? Good and fine. So I'll now come to surcharge. Now in this place, is that okay? In this place, what we are having is what? Point load. We have point load, we have surface load, etc. Is that okay? We have other loads. Is that okay? We have other loads here. That's fine. Now, based on this one, we have nothing to do with point load. Where you use point load is in a situation whereby, like all this oil and gas, that's where you make use of what? Point load. Because if we are going to have a point load, all those pipes, is that okay? Like this is a concrete wall, isn't it? Good. Now, this concrete wall, if we now create a hole that pass through like this here, that pass through, you normally see this this kind of thing, bridge, also bridge for what? For water to what? To escape, something seepage, something like that. So now at this point here, once the pipe pass through this place, you know there's a hole, isn't it? Once the pipe pass through this place, now that point at which this pipe is resting on, you know the pipe will be resting on this particular column, that around that place, that's a point load. That pipe is acting as a point load to this particular wall. But in this case, we don't have such. So on that ground, I'll remove this one. I'm left with surface load. Now, in this surface load now, if you look at this, you see, this is the soil. You can see the soil. This is the entire place is a soil. But the load on this, is okay, the load on this, what are those things that are going to be acting on this soil? Automatically, this weight of the soil is already acting. What are the additional load that's going to be acting on this soil? Is that okay? That's why we're having what? Surface load. Is that okay? And the load that will be acting on this particular soil, vehicular load, isn't it? We don't find even human being and all of that. So let's forget about human being. The major load is what? Vehicular load. Is that okay? I'll now come to what? To magnitude. Now, on this magnitude, if you don't know the value to use, that's why this based on the software, it has given us the maximum. Is that okay? 30 kilonewton per meter square. But if you know the load, good and fine, you input your load. Now, when it comes to all these small vehicles, those small vehicles, be it saloon, etc., Honda, and all of those things, they are under HA load. And the magnitude value for HA load is 10 kilonewton per meter square. But when it comes to all these heavy trucks, the value is what? 20 kilonewton per meter square. So that is fine. So in this case, I'm going to use 20. Is that okay? Sorry, not 200, 20. Is that okay? That's fine. So since I'm done like this, the next thing I will now do, I'll come to this place and click on what? On OK. Is that okay? Can you see? Can you see how they are pointing at this? Can you see? Can you see how they are pointing at this wall? They are pointing on this wall. So I now click on my final what? My final OK. Is that okay? So that is fine. This one have been what? Have been loaded. So that is that. So let's now load this one now. Let's load this one and see. Is that okay? The most important thing is that let it be loaded. Is that okay? Let it feel that that load. Is that okay? Irrespective of where it is. So, but I would prefer it to be somewhere here, at the back here. Is that okay? At the back here. So at the back here, this back here. So let me see. I'm coming. Okay. Okay. So it has come up. So now that is that. Let me go back again. Let me click on this. Okay. Okay. Let me click on it. Is that okay? So that is that. So on this place, I've explained all of this place. These places. Is that okay? I've explained them. Likewise, this place, I've explained it. This place also, I've explained it. So there's no rock. I'm going to remove this one. Then this one is 1,200. Is that okay? Then click somewhere here. That's fully submerged. Is that okay? So I'll come to this place, surcharge. Is that okay? Point load is not needed. Click on this. Then this one, you use what? You use a 20. Is that okay? So that's fine. Then okay, 20. All right. So I'll click on what? On OK. You can see the load acting on this. Is okay? On this direction. So no problem. The most important is that this wall is feel the effect of that load. Click on it down. Good and fine. So now we have loaded this now. So now what we are going to do now is to analyze this. Is that okay? To analyze this. So at the same time, our reinforcement for this slab. Is that okay? There will be a kind of reinforcement for this particular slab. Is that okay? So that is that. Let's analyze this and see. Is that okay? Let's analyze. So I'll come to analysis, and for my analysis I'll click on building analysis. So let's wait for it to come up. Is that okay? So on this place, you see, whatever the grade of your concrete you choose, I've already done that. So I'll now come to this place, analysis. Let's do our model check to see if there's any error. So click on start and let's see if there's any error. You see, building model check completed, number of errors was 0. So I click on close, then that's fine. I'll come to this place and click. Is that okay? Let's click. Okay, let's wait for it. Okay, now there's no beam. I don't need beam, so all I need is what? Column / what? Wall reinforcement. So I click on the select. I click on what? On this. So therefore, let's wait for it to finish analyzing at the same time design. Is that okay? That's it's still loading, it's still analyzing. So let's wait. That's finished. So let's wait for it to be active. This one to be active. So let's wait for it. Is that okay? All right. So you can see it. Limit satisfied. So I click on OK. Okay, once I click on OK, I can see. Okay, click on close. Therefore, let's check our what do you call it? Let's check our status. Click on this. Can you see? Perfectly okay. Is that okay? Perfectly okay. So with this one now, no matter what, is that okay? And you're able to do it this way, definitely follow the design and do what and execute the project. You know that you are rest assured that everything is what is very, very okay. That is fine. So now don't forget that of a slab, that our slab, we have not designed it. If you want to design it, there's a way you go about it. It's different from the normal way we analyze this particular one. But first of all, let's see the reinforcement. Let me click on this and click on section. Yes, let me click on section. I think let's see the reinforcement. Can you see it now? Is that okay? Y12. Can you see Y12? Is that okay? Then 0.2. You can see utilization ratio 0.21, which is far less from 0.9 or whatever. Is that okay? So we are good to go. Is that okay? Click on OK. Is that okay? So that's fine. And if you want to see it properly, come to this place and come to column. Is that okay? Click on column. That's under design. Click on column. Can you see the 2? You can see the 2, right? Utilization ratio. You can see everything past the design. You can see. Is that okay? So that is that. I'll click on what? On close. That's fine. The same thing applicable to this. What about this one? This particular slab. If you want to do it, let's just do it. Is that okay? Let's quickly do this one. Is that okay? Let me come to this place. Then come to this place. In this case now, I'm going to draw my slab strip. Is that okay? I'm going to draw my slab strip at 0. Drop my slab strip. Modeling, come to slab strip. Is that okay? Now at this point, don't forget, before I come to this place, is that okay? I'll take this. The height, the length is what? 3 meters. Sorry, 6,000 mm. That's millimeter. I'll offset it down F2 by what? Minus 3,000 to give me the center. Is that okay? Enter. That's fine. So I'll now come to this place now. My slab strip. In this case, I'm not going to use analytical strip. Is that okay? I'm going to use what? FE strip. Is that okay? FE strip. Then I'll come to this place. Is that okay? Now this one band, I'll come to this place. It's what? 3,000 to the left and also 3,000 to the right. Is that okay? That's along the y-axis. Is that okay? Along y-axis. Sorry, along x-axis. Is that okay? 3,000, 3,000. So from this point here to this point here, let me see. Okay, come close. Good and fine. All right, perfect. Can you see it now? Can you see what I'm having from this point to this point? I'll click on what? On close. I'm done with that. So let's now analyze this. For me to analyze, I come to analysis. This time I'll come to FE foundation analysis. Is that okay? Not floor. So on this ground, I'll come to this place. Make this one active. There's any. Then this one, apply this one. Forget about this one. Don't click on it. Come to this place. Click on it. And also let's wait for it to click come up. Is that okay? Can you see it now? Is that okay? I'll click on OK and let's wait for it. Is that okay? Yes, it's done. Click on it. Okay. This place now, the soil of that place, let's just I think it was is it 100? Yes, I think 100. 100, not 1,000. Okay, 100. Is that okay? Come to this place. 100. Let's wait for it. Okay, that's come. All right, come to this place, click on it, and then also come to this place, click here. Is that okay? Active. Then from here, start loading this, load this, load this, load this, load this, load this, load this, then load this, 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 then click on this. Okay, perfect. Is that okay? So I'll now click on, come back to this place now, click on this. Is that okay? Then at this point now, click on it, right click and click on update toolbar. Let's wait for it to see. Correct. Can you see Y13 at 200? Can you see what we're having? Can you see it now? That's giving us our reinforcement. So let's go and see our 3D and see. You can see perfectly okay design. Is that okay? So this is how to go about it. So the next thing now is for me to start detailing this. Is that okay? Because the architect actually need it now. So let me quickly go and finish up the work. Is that okay? So that's good. So thank you very much for staying tuned. And I want to say that in case you have not clicked on the subscribe button, I want to say you should click on subscribe button if this is your first time. At the same time, click on the like button so that this video can go viral. Is that okay? So thank you very much. Till we see you next time in our next video. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.